Time to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition.
Here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pot.
Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and our 400th episode celebration game show night. We've got some special game happening this evening. We also have some very special guests joining us this week. Some returning friends of ours that you may have heard on the show before. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Another happy landing.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We have, first off, returning co-host Blake.
Ahoy!
Ahoy. We also have returning co-host Bryce.
Yarr!
We have our co-host, game show host this evening, Darian.
This is the way.
And returning guests of ours, Ellen.
Hello.
Ben.
Hello.
And Phil.
Howdy.
Said hello there.
All right. Awesome. Before we get things started, I just had a quick, brief, solemn sort of acknowledgement for the loss of Drew Struzan, who was the very famous artist who did so many posters in his lifetime. He passed away on October 13th, 2025. A lot of you might recognize his work from the Star Wars saga plus The Force Awakens, a ton of Star Wars novel covers. He did the Indiana Jones series, Blade Runner, Back to the Future, The Goonies, Coming to America, and even a cover for Cowboys and Aliens. And he also did the original ILM logo.
The magician?
Yeah, the magician one. Yeah.
Oh.
But, may he be one with the Force. So I think with that said, we can probably get into it. So, welcome everybody to the 400th game show episode. 400th is quite the milestone. So I thought maybe we could start by going around and just sharing a memory of yours, a favorite memory from the podcast, whatever it may be. So.
Oh, that's a great question. I would say early days when you guys were going through the Clone Wars during COVID, and Ben had told me I had to watch all the Clone Wars TV show. So I was working a job, fully isolated, and I would listen to the episodes after I'd watched them that night before. So I think that's a special memory way back in the day in 2020.
Definitely the watch order discussion. I now absolutely champion to all my friends that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the prime watch order, because the emotional impact of Anakin turning to the dark side is larger than the emotional impact of reveal of the father. And I think that's very surprising. I think that was my biggest change of opinion from the podcast.
I mean, I liked all the other game show episodes. I always have a fun time coming on here and just getting to goof around, just have fun with you guys on the podcast.
I'd have to say for me, by far none is the episode where we read the scripts of the alternate episode 9. But
yeah, Alan Dean.
That's
Foster.
the one, yeah. That's by far the best episode we've ever done.
What about you, Phil?
Honestly, I think the one that's most memorable to me is that one time where there was a big Star Wars sale on the 4th day.
The May the 4th episode.
The sales for an hour. We read just the sales.
Yeah, it was just a giant infomercial.
That was pretty nuts. That was a good one.
There's never been that big of a sale since.
Not that people have known about, because we haven't done it since.
For good reason.
Yeah.
It was cut down, significantly.
In the release version. All those sales the audience missed out on. Toys R Us went under before they could pay us.
Yeah. What about you, Darian?
I'd have to say the episode where you and Blake were just riffing on different characters and doing impressions of everybody and totally derailed the podcast for a good half hour.
So every week.
Yeah. Every week. It's fantastic. All right. Well, thank you all for that. All right, I'm gonna hand it off to Darian, who can explain what this game show is all about, and we'll get things started up here. So take it away, Darian.
Hello, everyone. So, if for you that are not familiar with the fantasy draft idea, everyone's going to take a round robin chance to vote on who or get the players they want on their teams. We're going to go in 4 phases. In phase 1, each player selects a member for their squad and a ship, and we will determine the order by rolling the dice here at the studio. I will be rolling for Phil, and then each person will have a chance to choose one member. We're going to go snake back and forth so that the last player in one round is the first player in the next round. Phase 2, we will be arguing whose team has the best chance for success breaking into Palpatine's vault. That is the objective that each team must succeed at doing. And then we will be doing a fan vote in the end. I realize that I took one phase out because it no longer matters. Let's give Josh the first roll since he's the creator of the podcast.
Okay.
And we're going to do D&D rules since he does all the behind the scenes work. So he gets 2 rolls.
Alrighty.
What?
What?
Good thing you got 2 rolls.
No reroll.
A natural 1.
I play no reroll on natural ones in D&D, by the way. I do nat ones, no advantage.
Does he lose his second roll from that?
Take a vote. What does everybody think?
I play nat 20s, no disadvantage, nat 1s, no advantage.
The most interesting parts of D&D are always the mistakes and the failures.
Yeah.
I feel like you should roll with it.
It's not that big a disadvantage. You just don't get your first pick, but you can get 2 medium picks. It's fine.
Was it me? Okay. Anything but a 1. Natural 20.
13.
2.
Okay, we're at a 2. That's tough.
Better than Josh, though.
That's true.
Nice.
Ben?
No, we're on the same team.
Oh, I see.
I rolled a 9.
Roll the 9. All right.
So, Blake, you're up first. I guess we should go over the rules to character selection. Each team will consist of 6 members and a spacecraft that you can move the entire team with, and that they also are able to man. So no Star Destroyers or, single ship starfighters. Only one member of each team will be able to use the Force. So if you choose more than one Sith or Jedi, only one of them will be able to actually access the Force. Rule 3, each team must have an alien, 1 droid, and a Force user. Rule 4, each team must designate a pilot, a mastermind / team leader. Rule 5, no character that can destroy planets, so no Mortis gods, Darth Nihilists, etc. Rule 6, each character can only be used once per game, so if you choose Anakin, somebody else cannot choose Vader. And that is the rules for you.
Yeah, I noticed in there you didn't actually write down we couldn't pick Palpatine.
That was on purpose.
That was on purpose.
And no Palpatine.
Okay, because I was about to change my first pick.
Yeah, I wanted to see if somebody would sneak it in there.
Oh, my number ones were Mortis gods and Palpatine. That was like 1 and 2 I read on. I was like, oh, that's tough.
Brutal.
Pretty easy job if Palpatine just
walks in, yeah.
Just invites you into his house for coffee.
All right, so Blake, who is your first pick?
My first pick will be Mara Jade.
All right. Bryce.
And to clarify, it's after she's turned to the light side, but before the Empire knows about it.
Bryce, who's your first choice?
So my first choice, I'm going to pick the one that this is going to be for my leader, Dr. Afra.
I wondered if someone would pick her.
Yeah.
And she's also an alien, isn't she?
I don't think so. She's human.
I think she's human.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I got a lot
Human
of
adjacent.
I got a lot of aliens.
So next we got Phil. What's your choice?
I'm just gonna go and get Dash Rendar off the
I was
board.
wondering how long it would take for you to pick him.
Okay, we're actually going with a ship first, because that's integral to our team. The Munificent class ship, this is the one that is entirely self-piloted by the ship, needs no crew. So we're taking the frigate with no crew.
Wise.
Fair enough. And the tail end, Josh, so you get 2 picks in a row.
So in my replacement for Dr. Afra is going to be Jango Fett. My second pick is going to be my force-using mastermind of the team, Darth Plagueis.
So back to Ellen and Ben.
So our second choice is going to be Exogorth.
The space worm that ate. It also lives in outer space and does not need to crew a ship and can live and can just trail behind the ship slowly. The theme is everything large on our team, so we just went with the biggest things of everything. So we're taking the space worm. They are sentient and have a culture.
Just to clarify,
I like you're scared of the rules with that one. You really justified it. Okay. Phil, you're up again.
I'm gonna go with Kyle Katarn.
he didn't pick his ship. You better take it because Dash Renner is nothing without the Outrider.
Okay.
Oh, he's something about the Outrider.
All right, I'm gonna go with my pilot. This is one of the fastest aliens in the galaxy, and would have won the Bounty of Classic if it wasn't for his terrible pod racer that he rented. Gonna pick Ben Quadraneros.
I knew someone would pick Quadraneros.
All right, Blake.
I will go with Eris and Dula.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I'm assuming she's your pilot.
That is correct.
Nice.
I think so.
Do I go again, or how's this
You
work
do.
now?
Yep.
Oh man, my third most important. I'll go with Tech.
Tech.
Yeah.
Nice. Good choice. Is he your mastermind or?
I will pick that at the end once I have my crew.
Okay. Fair enough. Back to Bryce.
Okay, I'm doing, this is gonna be my force user. I feel like he didn't really get a chance to shine, but he's going to now. This is gonna be his redemption. I'm gonna pick Coleman Trebor, the Jedi Master who Jango Fett shoots dead off the deck at Geonosis. Yeah, he's my guy.
Okay, Phil, you're up again.
I'm gonna choose as my pilot. I'm gonna choose Nyan Yub.
Oh man.
Choice.
Dang, I had him on my list.
We went with very different picks. None of my list has even been picked yet. I feel very okay.
Okay, you're up next.
We're gonna pick Bendu as the largest force user.
You could have picked the planet of Zonoma Sekot.
See, here's the thing. I made my team when I thought everyone here is canon. So also I thought planet-sized
You get bonus
things.
points for that.
I thought planet-sized things would also kind of break the can destroy a planet rule because the only way you could help is ramming into the planet. I picture that as a planet-destroying move.
I mean, it successfully killed Chewbacca, so.
I feel like at the end of this, you might have enough large things to destroy a planet. So.
Honestly, we're
Enough
beefy
mass.
boys.
All right, Josh, you got 2 choices.
I'm going to move to my ship selection first because I don't want anyone to steal this. I chose the Sith Infiltrator, the Scimitar. For my droid, I chose Proxy from The Force Unleashed.
Nice, good choice. They all love Proxy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, back to Ellen and Ben.
We're going to go with the Zillow Beast. Continuing our trend.
He fits in the ship. We checked. He definitely fits.
Everyone's riding on top
With
of
the giant
ship.
worm, they both fit together.
The worm is flying outside. He does not need to go in a spaceship
That
because
makes
he can live in space.
Yeah, I did say that it could. I should have reworded that question. I didn't think about that.
He's on like a toe cable being
So next
dragged
year, if we
behind.
do this again,
The
I
Zillow
will be
Beast is
altering the list a little.
flying. Zillow Beast is in there. He can't pilot, so that's why we have the self-flying ship.
I kind of picture it like Santa's sleigh.
But I did
like,
say you need
dragging
a pilot.
the ship.
Yeah, we have a pilot. Bendu can fly.
Okay,
Nice.
fair enough. We are at Bryce now. Oh no, sorry, Phil. I missed Phil.
Oh, I'm gonna pick. Ooh, it's a tough one now. I'm gonna go with HK-47.
Excellent. I was hoping somebody would choose him. Okay, cool.
That was
Now
a
it's
sleeper pick. That was a great pick.
Yeah.
I'm also going to choose my droid. I'm going to go with Shmi or SM33 from
Nice.
from Skeleton Crew. I feel like he's got good vibes.
I like him a
He has a
lot,
lot of
yeah.
uses. He's strong. He's ancient. Knows a lot about I don't know, ancient things.
can use blaster fire against the people shooting it.
That's right.
Yeah, no, good choice. Blake, you got 2.
I'm gonna go with the first one. Will be K2SO. I think I'm gonna go with Sabine.
Sabine, cool.
Sabine Wren.
Thought it would be easier to take notes than it is. Okay, back to Bryce.
Okay, let's go with Someone for this is more for like just to keep morale up. I'm gonna go for an entertainer. I'm gonna bring along Max Rebo.
Okay, Phil, you're up again.
Oh boy, you know what? I'm gonna go for Dexter Jetster.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
He's actually on my list.
I actually almost put him on my list too.
This is the first instance of I have had my pick stolen.
Dexter is quite large.
Oh man, you got to get Paul
I have
Corral
to
now
think.
instead.
I have no backups.
Wow,
This is
my
not-
first stolen pick.
Okay, Ellen and
well?
Phil.
What?
Oh, did someone else pick Dexter?
Oh, well, he was on my list. He's quite large, you might have noticed.
Yeah, I
He's quite a beefy boy. And that was
Dang.
okay. We were gonna take the spider droid. He fits in the ship.
What ship?
What spider droid?
The giant ones on Geonosis, like
Oh.
the massive walkers that shoot at the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
Or they not the AT, the AT-TEs. Yeah.
Okay. And next we got Josh. You got 2.
I got 2. Okay. My next pick is RC1138. That's Boss Republic Commando, and I'm going with my alien is Maz Kanata.
Okay, what's your
I was
justification?
not expecting
for
her to
that?
make an appearance.
So my justification for Maz. You mean Maz or Boss?
Well, I know Boss.
Okay, all right. So Maz, I picked her because she's got massive underworld connections. She's a pirate, and she's pretty good with tech, and she also has a jetpack. So I thought that was kind of cool.
And she's
No one else in Star Wars has jetpacks.
jetpacks. And she's really small, so she can like get in and out of tight spaces.
I think a lot of Star Wars characters have jetpacks, by the way. Just if that was like a big thing for you.
Now Django has. Yeah, I have Django too, but originally I had Dr. Afro.
Okay, we are going with the Krat Dragon.
In canon with the Mandalorian episode. Fits in the ship.
The ship is going to be very tight, but they will breathe.
Fair enough. Okay, Phil.
I'm gonna get the Outrider. I'm just gonna pick my ship. I'm gonna go for the Outrider.
Sounds good. Bryce.
I had no backup for Dexter, so I'm gonna go. Shout out to friend of the podcast. I'm just gonna bring Bo Sheck along.
Nice.
Why not?
All right, Blake, you got 2.
I'm gonna go with a Lambda class shuttle.
I knew somebody would choose it. Okay, Lambda.
Okay, so for my ship, we're thinking green. We want to stay low key, so we're gonna take an AA9 Coruscant freighter. We're gonna take public transit.
Okay. What planet is Palpatine's vault on?
Coruscant, maybe?
We might have to hijack.
No, it's in Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because there's one on the Death Star.
It's
as well.
like
Oh, I thought the one in
man.
Coruscant too.
yeah, that was like.
Is it on Coruscant?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize he had one on Coruscant.
I thought it was
thinking
the-
He has a lot of vaults, but yeah, that one was a observatory on Pillio.
Pillio. Okay, yeah, that sounds
I
right.
thought we were going to Coruscant, but that's okay.
He's got a lot of vaults.
Okay,
A lot of secrets, that guy.
so Phil, you're on your last choice.
Oh man, this is kind of getting. I'm not sure. I kind of need some more vibes, people. I think I'm gonna take Roger. Just ROGR. All right.
Roger
And he's gonna be like my little comic relief for my band.
Who is Roger?
Who's Roger again?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is he a droid?
Yeah, he's the droid.
The B1, right?
Yeah, Roger. You know that guy.
The Lego series, right?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, let's just move on.
Okay.
There's got to be one of them named Roger.
Ellen and Ben, your last choice.
So I'm trying to decide between 2. I have one who's just an aura pick and one who fits the theme, but the original I was gonna go with the Purrgil, which are the giant space whales and
Right. But
but-
not sentient.
but I'm gonna but they can become mind controlled. But I'm going with my aura pick of the clone trooper who flies the crashed ship on the 2D animated show. He's just a clone trooper there's lights blaring and he's just chill. And he's just my aura pick of the clone pilot from the 2D animated show.
All right, the Gandhi series, yeah.
Okay.
You didn't go for the Grievous from the Genny series. What happened?
Dude, you rewatch that. That dude emanates aura. Okay, that guy's so fire. He's just vibing. And I thought that he'd be chill with a bunch of monsters near him. He's just like, I'm okay with that.
Fair.
Okay, Josh, your final pick.
My pilot will be Shara Bay. That's Poe Dameron's mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
The A-wing pilot, right?
Yeah, I think she's an A-wing pilot, right? Yeah.
All right, so does everybody have team names?
Oh,
Oh, that wasn't in the description.
No, I just figured it'd be fun.
All right, team names. Someone have one that they want to go first?
Yeah, I'll. Sure. The Knight Brothers.
Okay, so Josh with the Knight Brothers. You want to do a quick recap of everyone you got?
Yeah. Okay. So the Knight Brothers, they're riding around in the Sith Infiltrator. The mastermind of the team is Darth Plagueis. We've got Jango Fett, Proxy, RC 1138 boss from Republic Commando. We have Maz Kanata as the alien and Shara Bay as our resident pilot.
Awesome. Sounds like a killer team. Okay, Bryce.
My team name is Jawa Juiced. We got Dr. Affert leading the expedition. We have Ben Quadraneros on the wheel. Coleman Trebor is gonna be using his force powers to infiltrate Palpatine's lair. Max Rebo providing moral support
on the drums
with his sweet tunes. on the drums, Boshek. and Shmi, the droid, SM-33 is going to be our droid.
Nice. Okay, Ellen and Ben.
Oh yeah, hurry up. So we have the frigate, which is transporting we're the beefy boys. We got the frigate transporting, I think just towing the X-Guards to Space Worm behind, with Bendu, who's kind of a giant elk gorilla looking thing. The Zillo Beast, a spider droid, the Kyra Dragon, and for pure aura purposes, we got that one clone trooper pilot, who is the pilot, who's just vibing and he's okay. We are not stealth or infiltrating at all. We're just hoping that the Zillo Beast can absorb all blaster fire as we just break things down.
Nice. Okay, Blake.
Okay, let's figure it out.
I got 4 of yours down. I got Mara Jade.
Yeah.
Hera, Tech.
Yep.
K2.
Sabine.
That's right.
And
K2SO.
Yep.
Who's your mastermind? Who's your alien? Who's your pilot?
Alien and pilot is Hera, and Mara Jade is the mastermind.
Awesome.
And our team is the Andron Outcasts.
Nice. Good. Okay, and Phil, you're up. What is your team name and who's on your roster?
I'm not much for a team name. I didn't think about it. Well, we'll just call ourselves the Outriders because we're riding the Outrider. I feel like that's pretty good.
You could be the Outrider Riders.
We're the Dash Rendars.
Dash will be team leader for this. I think it probably could go to Kyle Katarn, but we're gonna go with Dash on this one. But yeah, Dash, Kyle Katarn, Yum, he's our little pilot. I think the whole crew's job is just to kind of maintain HK-47 and make sure that he's okay to go because he's like my main guy here. And then I got Dexter and I got Roger because he's immortal, can't be killed.
Okay, why does everyone think that their team is going to be the one that wins? I guess let's start with Blake.
Gonna be honest, I don't even think I need to explain my team compared to everyone else. I feel like I've got a pretty tight unit here. If there was a team to do it, this would be it.
Can I ask a question? Can we explain just what we're actually infiltrating? Just like what kind of challenges will come up, so that way we have something to say what our team is doing against it.
Certainly. Okay, so you guys have a landing pad outside in the desert. And there's a little creek. And when you go up the creek, there's these what would you call them? Amber bugs?
Yeah, like giant insects.
Yeah, that are able to encase anyone sent up there in amber. So you got to fight your way through that. And then there's a giant steel vault door, and it's got blaster turrets on it. So it's not the most difficult place to break into, but bear in mind there are several other teams trying to break in at the same time as your team.
If the Empire's here, and what I sensed was true, there must be something special about this place. You stay here, R2. The scanner's probably spotted us.
Currently walking up a little path to the valley that you have to crawl through. You will encounter stormtroopers along the way. I forgot about those.
Hello there.
I did not expect to have to fight Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think I'm just going to go home.
I am surprised that no one picked Obi-Wan. I was like, Obi-Wan, Luke got let off. I feel like a lot of high
He's one of
tier.
my backups.
Oh, there are Lambda shuttles in the area, so good for
check
disguising, I guess.
I mean, the hottest commodity of the night was Dexter Chester.
That's true.
Okay, you're telling me this random diner
Energy.
owner knows military secrets? That guy has some. That guy has some connections.
That's true.
He was like best buds with Maz Kanata, right? In like I think he was in like
I think
a
so.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, he thought she was a Jawa. That's why he named his drink Jawa Juice.
Gonna name this after my good
best
friend.
Maz Kanata.
Okay, so
My
just like
favorite Jawa.
a lot of enemy teams plus Creek, Amber Bugs, Steel Vault Door, a lot of blasters, stormtroopers, the general, bad guys from Star Wars kind of vibe.
Yeah, and then there's blaster turrets in the vault. All right, who wants to go first?
I think Blake. Blake just went.
Well, I can go into more detail.
Elaborate?
If you
Yeah,
want.
that'd be nice.
Well, as we just said, there's Lambda shuttles there, so we're gonna blend in very easily. And we have the best pilot, the best non-force using pilot, Hera, at the controls. Mara Jade, who's gonna know all the ins and outs because she was the Emperor's hand, which is basically the equivalent of Vader, just the unnamed, his personal assassin force user trained by him. We have Tech, which is the guy who'll be able to break into any computer. He's a superhuman able to do that. We have K2SO, a droid who's going to blend in anywhere Imperial. Sabine, an ex-Imperial who is also Mandalorian and is a demolition expert. I feel like this is the perfect team.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right off the rip that none of them are even killing one Zillow Beast. Just off the rip right now, one of my guys is killing that team.
I feel like that Zillow Beast is not going to listen to whoever's in charge.
Well, I assume that like they're all in there, but Bendu is a force user who's also part beast.
I feel like your team is just going to be chaos.
Yeah, but there's no way the vault survives it.
We are a lean, mean, tight machine with all the details and all the ins and outs. You're just bringing a zoo.
You guys want to do one round of like saying why
you're
going to be good, and then one round of just shooting down everyone else?
That's a good idea. Or else that'll be the whole
So we'll
show.
count that as you're shooting his team.
That's fair.
So go ahead and explain why your team's going to be the one that wins, Bryce.
All right, Jawa Juiced. I feel like this team, they're not everyone's A picks, they're the B picks. So they're the least, suspected, but they have the heart, Like we have, everyone's, second favorite smuggler. We have three people. We have Bo Sheck, we got Dr. Afra, and Shmi, who are experts at just pilfering like treasure from other people. So they know what's up. Ben Quadraneros, Coleman Trevor, they're weird aliens. They're probably just going to eat those bugs.
Does he go by Cole or Trevor?
Cole to his friends. Yeah, and I feel like I mean Dr. Afra, she can hack the blaster turrets very easily, and she is well versed with the inner goings of the Empire, having closely worked with Vader and kind of being a puppet. She's going to get her payback. And then the whole time, whenever things get dark and dire, Max Rebo is just going to play those. He's going to tickle the ivories and just lift everyone's spirits.
He's your bard.
Definitely good distraction. Get rid of the stormtroopers with music, get them all dancing.
That's right. That's right.
I've been to Disney World. I know that's a real fault. There's a flaw in the Empire.
I'm pretty sure in the Lego Star Wars game that also is pretty effective too. One of the two.
All right, Ben and Ellen.
Okay, so first of all, our ship literally could kill the teams. A lot of weaponry on there, but beside the fact, the Space Worm could eat the vault. And I don't think we've thought of this, is that screw hacking in, we could literally extract it by just eating it. So that's the first of all, we don't have to worry about that. The Zillow Beast, immune to blaster fire and quite large, he can just tank. Bendu has foresight, so he can kind of see the future. He's playing. The Spider Droid is just a big droid, it'll kill the stormtroopers in the way. Cara Dragon took a lot of Mandalorians to kill, and so I feel like each one of my guys were like a full challenge for a squad, and now they're there together. And yeah, there's not gonna be team cohesion. They're not gonna move in with a strike force. But I think we have to really say this again. We could eat the vault, and I think that needs to be first and foremost in everyone's minds.
I think we need to look into the strength of the stomach acid, see how long this vault would last.
That's fair. How we could extract, it would take us a while to break through the doors, but we could just sit on the vault. Like, I'm pretty sure the space room could just,
like a chicken on an egg.
Yeah, and just be like, hey, eventually the weight of all the monsters will just crack the shell. but that's the basic plan. Is just hey, brute force all the way through.
Zero subtlety. All
Yeah.
right. Phil, do you want to jump in next?
I think what my team has is resourcefulness. All right. When we're talking about Dash and Katarn and HK47 and of course Dexter, we're just talking about people who just have it. They have the it factor. And then when we break it down, we got Roger on the team. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's only 2 people who have managed to kind of escape into space and blast down a TIE fighter with just a rifle, and it's Roger and Biggs. Those are the only 2 I've seen. And let me tell you, that's a skill that can come in handy. That's accuracy. How fast are these things going? This guy's shooting him, plain sight, easy. I got Dexter. He's just a mountain of information. He can get you in and out of anything. He's got all the info. HK47, he's a team on its own. You just break him loose, and then you can split the team in 2. By that, I mean HK's on himself, and then the rest of the team can go another way, right? And then when it comes to, I mean, Yindam is just a great pilot, right? And him and the Outrider, what a combo that's going to be. Kyle Katarn basically learned everything by himself. And for anything, by the way, he didn't teach Mary Jade everything she knows, basically. So I think that settles it. And then we got
I'm
Dash,
so
of
salty
course.
you took Dexter from me. I can't stop thinking. Just stop talking.
Dash is just Han Solo, but like more handsome, more rugged, and just a better character overall. Honestly, if
talking
anything,
about Boshak?
I've never said this before, but let me just say this: instead of a Han Solo movie, they should have made a Dash Rendar movie.
I think we've heard
That's
it once
my
or twice.
team.
I agree with you. Okay. Last but not least, Josh.
Okay, so we've got the Sith Infiltrator was our main ship, cloaking technology. You know, it's got all the bells and whistles on it. I feel like that would get us in and out pretty easy. We got Jango Fett, who would be, he's our gadgeteer and our, he's pro at taking on pretty much any assignment, as long as it's for the right money. Our mastermind, Darth Plagueis, need I say more? We got Proxy the droid with holographic disguise technology built into his body, so he could become anybody and look like anything or anyone, so I feel like he's a key asset to the team and infiltration. We got RC 1138 Boss. He's our military expert. I feel like he would know what to do whenever we're faced with any kind of adversary. And Maz Kanata, she's got underworld connections. You know, she would have good ties to any resources that would be required for breaking in to a vault such as Palpatine's. And Shara Bay is an extremely talented pilot. I mean, she bore her son Poe Dameron, who is also an extremely talented pilot. So I feel like she would be, key at getting away from any other opposing ships and aerial opposition.
I have a question. How do you convince Maz to work with Darth Plagueis?
I think she'd be totally cool with it.
I think we have to say is that they're going to be assumed for some reason they're going to be on the same team, or else.
Yeah, we're just assuming.
No. I picked my team for cohesion. I think we need an explanation of how they work together.
Okay, well, at least all my team exists.
This is Blake's snipe at your team. That is totally fair. I purposely left it in there so that you had to argue why they would stick together.
That's why I didn't pick
Are we
any bad guys.
moving into the tear down section then? Like we gone through teams?
Yeah,
Should we get like a minute each, or what are you?
Okay, so are we gonna go around one by one? They can all challenge me, and then
I think it should be open mic.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you guys are back in.
Okay, build on each other. Okay.
You've already gone after Blake. So.
I just want to know, you said that like, I bore her son a good pilot. Would you pick Shmi? I mean, Anakin's a great pilot. By that logic, any mother who's bore a great pilot is a good pilot. I don't think there's a strong connection there.
I guess the question is piloting an inherited trait?
No.
So
Shmi could be a good pilot. We don't actually know.
Sure.
I mean, you have Shmi, so what are your thoughts on Shmi?
I do.
Sheriff Bay is known to be an extremely talented pilot, and Poe Dameron just inherits those abilities, those skills. But Sheriff Bay is a key pilot, key asset in the rebellion.
I also feel like
she survived on
this being Palpatine's vault is specifically against Darth Plagueis. Just with the whole, I assume that
That's
Palpatine
true.
is like, hey, I really don't want the person I'm about to kill to get into this vault. I feel like that's like a known factor that is just, he's a red flag. He's kind of a beacon to Palpatine. I feel like that's my big worry.
Okay, all right. Is that challenge number 2, or is that
just in general? Just going through. Those are the 2 big ones I've had.
Okay. I guess with the Plagueis thing, if Sidious designed his vault specifically to keep Plagueis out, I think that just kind of gives more reason to the other members of my team here. I think that's where Django comes in. That's where Maz comes in. You know, their connections, their ability to heist. You know, Maz is a pirate lord, so I feel like she's got some pretty good experience back there.
You still didn't explain why Plagueis and Maz are working together.
You know, Maz, you know, who's to say where she's at in her life? She is a pirate. You know, we meet her as an old woman, but this could be her from a younger time where she is doing some pretty dirty stuff. You know, she could be working with Plagueis, no problem. If she's getting paid the right amount of money, you know, Plagueis assembles the team. I feel like she would take the job.
I feel like a lot of people work with Plagueis if he's like, hey, I can help you be immortal. I feel like there's a Plagueis incentivizes that.
I mean, I guess it worked for Voldemort.
If I was to say one thing about your team is that, Plagueis died in his sleep. You really want someone like that?
Like such an old man.
It's like,
I mean, that's a good way to die, though.
Fell asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, it's like an old man that fell asleep. Yeah, it's you guys on your team. So
all right,
he's living on his
I can't really defend that one. Phil, you got something for me?
Without her glasses, Maz is nothing. I think you're
you
lacking
have too
in
many
that area.
old people on your team.
Yeah, like retirees.
It's called wisdom.
Yeah, old age and retirement will always beat youth and skill.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah, that's all I got. Everything's been said, all right? Everything's been said.
How about we go after Phil next? Phil, you're defending.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, who wants to pick a flaw in Phil's team?
How are you going to get the Outrider in there? It's going to stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, but it's fast and nimble. It'll be all right.
You got to land.
Yeah, but do they really though? Maybe they can drop it, right? Nim is like such a great pilot. He can probably fix that up. A little land low. Guys kind of jump out, especially Dex. You know, he's got the agility.
I don't know. Josh made a point that he's got the only jetpack.
The Josh specifically took like 3 jetpacks for that purpose.
Yeah, I do feel like your plan hinges on one very important character named Roger that might be a fiction of your imagination.
What are you talking about?
He hit the bricks, man. He's gotta hit the bricks.
If anything, I feel like he's like the perfect distraction. You know, as he walks in there, people are just like, "What's going on with this guy? Why does he look so blocky?"
I feel like they'd be wondering why this B1 battle droid hasn't been decommissioned.
I think someone would say, wait, is this guy canon? And then he'd disappear. He would just fade into the Force like Yoda. Like he'd be like, oh no.
The droid?
Yeah. Is Roger a real character? Or what
there is a canon. There's a canon. Are we talking about the canon one? ROGR?
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Is that the Lego version?
No.
There's a canon one.
I'm literally reading up on him right now. This guy has an autobiography. He dropped a droidography or something.
Wow.
Just great. And then, I kind of like, HK47 is kind of like one of the main pieces of my team, honestly. So it kind of hinges a lot on him.
Wait a minute, ROGR, he's a janitor.
Yeah.
He's from the latest
this guy's living on plot armor right now.
It's not a bad idea to have a cleanup crew, you know? Clean up as they go along.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What is this? Like, you gotta rein in your coat.
Your coat's 101 Dalmatians?
Listen, the least thing I'm afraid of is right now is a janitor droid.
That's true. Yeah, you.
I also respect the vibes pick.
I also want to. I want to just say that Boshek is the galaxy's the second famous smuggler in the galaxy. It's not Dash Rendar.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I mean that's fair because Dash Rendar's the first.
Right?
He's the first.
How does Nine Num see over the wheel of a ship made for humans?
Oh!
I mean that guy is like he's like 3'5". I mean, there's no way he's able to drive that ship.
My friends, it's called a booster seat and a couple of bricks taped to some boots, and we're good to go.
I love how we're talking about booster seats and janitors. It's like the challenges on yours. It's like I got booster seat. He's a janitor. We're all good.
That
guy who runs a diner.
It's not about infiltrating, and that'll be done like a cinch. But I can see where you guys are coming from. But I assure you, those are all logistical, it's nothing. It's nothing. They'll get into that vault, no problem.
All right, Bryce, you're up in the defender seat.
All right, come at me. I got Dr. Afra, Ben Quadraneros, Coleman Trevor, Max Rebo, Boshek, and Shmi the droid.
So
Does Max Rebo have to carry his piano everywhere? Like that's what I'm kind of worried about.
I picture it as like a little floating piano, like how
It goes
Yoda
around
rides on his like
his chair,
his little chair. Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of floats. So it's very mobile.
So he's not expending any energy. Okay, that's mobile.
It's
All right.
very mobile.
How would you explain Max Rebo causing a distraction? I would like to see that vividly portrayed for me.
Or sung.
Or sung. I don't speak Orlaton, so I would the closest thing we'd have in our universe would just be the most mesmerizing version of Careless Whisper being played, and I don't think any Stormtrooper or Imperial could not be distracted.
No,
by,
they'd be sobbing.
Yeah.
Is Ben your pilot?
Ben Quadraneros is my pilot, yeah.
See, how does Ben do his job effectively without his army of pit droids?
That's a good question.
You know, all he does is slam the console and then blow everything
No,
up.
you're confusing Ben Quadraneros with Odie Mantell. He is the guy with the pit droids.
Oh yeah. Ben has nobody, so he's got nobody.
He's just sitting there on the race
yeah, but I mean
Isn't he the
that's
guy that
what I mean.
broke?
start line.
That's a fault from the person he got his pod racer from. He rented his pod racer. It's not. He would have won the Boont Eve Classic if someone else didn't mess up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure about that one. What ship are you riding on there, Bryce?
We're taking public transit. We're taking a freighter from Coruscant.
So I just want to know, this pod racer pilot is driving a bus.
Yeah.
He's a little overqualified. I just want to be known that it's like, hey, he's an F1 driver, and he's just like, okay, same skill set, driving a city bus. Okay,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Is he actually driving it, or
This bus is so empty.
It's not. It's full of people.
It's fully loaded.
Just
city
took it
bus.
from the station.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
So I mean, who knows who else could be on the bus that could help?
Would those people who are now on a stolen bus going to a different planet, would they raise any sort of alarm when you get there? When they're like, this isn't where I bought a ticket to.
That's where Max Rebo comes in. He's gonna calm everybody down. They're just gonna be happy to be. It's like a party limo.
I love that your argument for their team was chaos, and you're just like, double down.
I'm really relying on Max
Release
Rebo
the
more than I
peasants.
thought I would.
Okay, I'm bringing one thing up in favor. I'm helping you out. I'm looking this up. So in like tier lists for Star Wars Pod Racer, the video game on the N64, Ben Quadraneros is actually one of the top picks.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
video game tier list. He's rated very highly in that game.
I have a follow-up question. How does he fare in the race driving a city bus? Is that in the game?
We'll mod it in. Don't worry, we'll mod it in.
Soon to be released on the Switch too.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I feel like Ben Quadraro could probably get one droid is all it takes to kind of take him down. You know.
So we still got Blake.
No, not gonna lie. I think I can actually take Ben Quadraneros in a fist fight. Like, I'm just gonna put that out there.
4 fists.
Oh, you probably could.
I mean, they're chicken
His
legs,
fists?
but
I'm not like a big guy, but his arms are
he's a
definitely
slug
small.
with chicken
They're
legs. for
very
arms.
weak arms.
His face is so big and punchable.
I feel like he'd be really squirmy and like erratic.
Have you guys seen
Like-
how he
he'd be
punches
like a
his
tweaker.
center console?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Like, I'm not sure that's like the punches that are gonna knock me out. You know.
Hey, he's here to pilot, man. Shmi has the fists of fury.
Yeah, can you elaborate on
fair.
Shmi for me?
Shmi is an ancient robot with a punch that can like knock back a 2-ton Ronto.
How does he get in there? He's just gonna fight his way all the way to the vault.
Well, he's got help. He's got Afro. He's got some like.
Is he gonna blend in now?
You guys are forgetting the physical prowess of Coleman Trevor, Jedi Master.
Wouldn't his head get caught on something if he's like, his big fin head?
All right, I feel like
that's a weakness.
I feel like the time should be up, right?
Yeah, we can discuss head sizes. We've already discussed Ben's head size.
I'm just surprised Bryce didn't take Kid Fisto. Honestly.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Oh, have Ben and Ellen been
have you guys defended your team?
No, we haven't, but I
Okay.
don't think there's any attacks.
All right, let's go after Ben and Alan's team. Look, how would they even reach the vault if it's in a cave?
How would they work as a team? They're too big to hold and comm links.
Okay, so first of all,
Spider-Bot?
the Exegorth can tunnel. He can. So he's a tunnel, and also I figured we just dig and Like, how are you guys? You guys bringing excavator with yours? I think my guys are way better digger than all of yours.
We're hacking our way in.
That's right.
Yeah, and we're eating it. We can break the doors down so easy. We're bigger than the vault.
Yo, you have one person with opposable thumbs.
No, we got the Aura Clone Trooper too.
Yeah, that's the one guy.
I think Bendu has opposable thumbs.
Bendu has opposable thumbs?
Oh, I think he's got like claws, no?
I think you have a hard time getting him to go along with
Does
it.
he have
I think he
hands?
would just like decide.
He's like a
now
giant
gonna-
cow.
Whatever side,
but
if
he's
you're
like a
coming from dark side or
anthropomorphic
light
cow.
side, he's gonna take the opposite because he's got to balance it out.
Oh, he does have hands. He's like an ape.
Yeah, he's like he's an elk ape kind of looking
His
thing.
hands are too big then.
It's not too big to break the door down.
When they're trying to get him to the most basic thing to help Ezra and Kanan, he just like turns into a real like jerk. So I feel like you have a hard time convincing him to go along with anything.
So here's the thing: is that most of the guys are actually pretty just like. They will just get in there and destroy stuff, right? So it's like, hey, we're getting
Nothing left to loot. What's the point?
Our one instruction is to smash.
Yeah, I don't think we're trying to steal anything. We're just trying to get in.
Clarification.
What's the goal here? There's nothing on like, hey, there's like, fine china in there we're trying to protect. It's just
Flag on the play.
Here's also one thing is a lot of things involved, I assume, would be like things that cannot be destroyed, for force and plot reasons. Like
I still question that stomach acid, but what?
I'm not trying to stomach acid. This is just purely
You're
extraction.
gonna eat it.
We eat it and then we
Yeah, but the
leave and then
Millennium
we
Falcon
break it
was
down
in there
later.
For like 2 days. It didn't break down.
We're not trying to break it down with stomach acid. This is purely just to get it out.
I did say break in. I didn't.
You didn't say steal anything.
Specific.
Yeah, we are just purely. This is like capture the flag rules. We just get in.
No plan to get out.
I mean, the get out is I assume we kill literally everything in our way. Period. I think
What
this
was
is
your ship again?
the frigate.
The frigate.
The what's the class again? I have it. The Munificent class frigate. It is like a full like. It's the things that you basically fight when you play Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2. It's like the
Okay. So my question is, how does it land?
I'm okay with the ship being destroyed in the landing. It's like we're gonna
Didn't that kill all of your team?
No,
To be fair, I did only specify you had to get there.
Yeah, we get in. Also, I think we land on the trees. Listen, I'm just gonna say is that Obi-Wan and Anakin literally crash landed a burning frigate in Episode 3. These guys are okay. The Zillo Beast literally can't be killed, basically.
All right. Anything from you, Phil?
They just seem too large.
That's literally the point of the team.
They're a little bit too beefy.
Yeah, but it's a bit too much. Did we talk about what the spider bot's doing? I can't remember. We talked about
that was literally just the biggest droid I could find. He's just shooting stuff. He's vibing too.
I would like to hear an origin story of how they got together.
I also want to hear about that.
Weight Watchers.
All right. Well, I
They're
mean,
all together.
I do
That
feel
poor
like
clone trooper.
The clone trooper is like, dude, rewatch this. Dude, he's just there. He's just there to be chill, and he's someone who'd be okay with a bunch of monsters.
I just
around
wonder why
him.
he's the Weight Watchers and then all these other things.
I'm kind of
Okay,
worried
don't
because-
judge. Don't judge.
It's kind of like the Suicide Squad of Star Wars.
Yeah.
It feels like that. It
No,
feels like
that's
that.
that's my.
I don't know if they're going to accomplish their task, but they're definitely going to stop everyone else from accomplishing their task.
Also,
the one thing I have is that the Exegorth, I mean, his main diet is minerals, and I feel like your ship is made of, minerals and steel.
He's steel, but like he would eat ships, but I think he's trailing. I think he's okay with this.
You think so?
And there's the amber bugs. He could just eat all the amber
Yeah.
bugs that are trying to attack. That's
I assume we're
minerals, right?
getting there
I feel
also.
like you're just not even going to get there, though. He's just going to eat the ship.
If it becomes a danger, we can also just hyper drive in. I mean, here's the thing: is that
Leave him.
are we starting from a distant planet? Because I have a lot more questions about the city bus coming in.
Yeah, they got hyperdrives. They do.
The city bus is hyperdrive.
Do the worms have
No,
hyperdrives?
he said the freighters.
Yeah, it's the one that like Padme and Anakin.
Oh,
He
okay.
did specify. I know which exactly one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
I'm also curious about this. What are we talking transportation times for this worm to get?
Oh yeah, there was no specified transportation time, so
No,
I
I
assume that
didn't-
we're getting in there.
I left a few things open.
I read a lot of these rules and was like, you know what? We're gonna be there on time. We can leave early.
To be fair, I didn't think there would be nearly this much chaos, which I should know better because I'm usually the one lobbing the ADHD grenades.
Fair enough.
Here's also the thing is that we don't specify like this is a generic monster. There's multiple of them, so it could be just one who happened to be on a asteroid next door.
No, you did specify which one.
No, I didn't. I said Exegorth. Exegorth is the type of it. I think it's S70 or something for the actual like name.
Oh,
the one,
okay.
The one that attacks Han Solo has like it's like a alphanumeric 4 thing.
Can you explain their culture to me?
They actually I actually looked this up because
They love Max Rebo's music.
I was looking them up, so I can say it, but they have a very they're cultured, they're sentient, and they actually are kind of racist to other cultures who they view as less sentient and less.
I think Bendu and that worm are gonna have a real problem.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should wrap this up, and we got to get to Blake now.
I mean, what's to be said? I have the most efficient crew you could possibly have for this job.
So here's the thing: is Sabine? She's force sensitive, right?
Not until later. I could pick which version. So.
Okay, this is a non-force sensitive version.
I'm going with the demolition expert.
Yeah, because like I feel like then you're not getting full power because you already have another force user. So like your guys are
That's
like
fine.
Okay.
She's just part of the break-in crew. Her and Tech.
So who are all your characters in? You have Tech, Mara Jade, Sabine, Hera, K2SO,
and Lambda Shuttle.
That's right.
Lambda Shuttle.
So I got the easy break-in, the Lambda blend right in. I got Mara Jade that has all the details. I got Hera, the master pilot. Tech and Sabine are going to have our break-in specialists. K2SO is going to be blending in, no problem.
Right. But I mean, like Mara Jade, I feel like the tight leather she wears is just way too restricting, and she's not limber enough to kind of break into this vault.
You think that's the flaw?
Yeah.
I think it's too like, hey, we're just all stealthy, and then like, hey, you're gonna.
And they're all ex-Imperial, so they're gonna know ins and out. They know exactly what's going on.
Ex-Imperial, that means
and they're all the size that they can fit inside an Imperial.
That means they're in the HR logs.
like
They know them already, right? You don't want people who are known to the Empire.
I specifically said Hera after she's turned, Mara Jade after she's turned to the light side,
okay,
but
that's
before
one.
it's known.
That's literally one of them.
All right. What does Phil have to say here?
No, I felt like I was going on the same route. I feel like they'd be like on that Empire's Most Wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I picked that specific.
You know, the Empire that famously
And how many times
kills the Padawan for rule of two, who distrusts everyone in that organization. I feel like you think the Empire's a lot more happy family than I view the Empire as, where it's everyone backstabbing and not trusting each other.
I don't see how that's relevant.
Well, I'm saying like it's not like, oh, they're Imperial, don't worry about it. Whereas
No, I'm saying they know the Imperial protocols.
Yeah,
because they've all been trained Imperial, but they're no longer.
Yeah, but
however, Mara Jade, I specifically said it before. It is known.
Here's what I think is wrong with your team. They have too much to lose.
Yeah, family.
How so?
They got too much to lose. They all have families.
That's all the more reason for them to get through this. They're going to try twice as
They're not
hard.
going to risk it. They're all like mothers and
See, I
mothers.
think I'm with you there.
Who's the mother? Because Mara Jade hasn't had kids yet.
Okay.
I said specific timeline of Mara Jade for a reason.
I think my thing is that they're too known to the Empire. It's like, oh,
I get an exact reason why I said that, and they all have broken in numerous times into the Empire already in canon.
Yeah, but I think like it's too like normal. There's like this is the kind of thing that they're expecting. I think you need something that they're not
except for the inside job of Mara Jade.
Yeah, fair.
All right, well, I have one thing. I think Sabine and Hera, they got some maybe some toxic family drama going on. You know, maybe that's gonna mess everything up.
I actually thought of the crew, they were the ones that always were the most together.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
because there was always Zeb and Ezra causing chaos.
Okay,
and Chopper.
All right. Well, I think that sums everything up. I think we've all had a chance to say why our team is going to break into this vault, how they're going to do it, and defended a few challenges there. So I guess how do we wrap this up here? Do we?
How do we get people to actually vote?
Yeah. Well, first thing is, if you're listening, you can leave a comment and just tell everyone which team of characters you think is the winning team. So we'll just go around again and summarize team name and members real quick. Let's start with Ben and Ellen.
Closing statement.
Yeah, closing statement.
Okay, we are the Beefy Boys, and so this is it's a frigate with the giant space worm. I'm just gonna do where you'll probably have seen them if you watch Star Wars. Is the giant space worm from the original trilogy? Bendu, who's from
Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels. I was like, not Resistance. Rebels, who's a giant elk gorilla. The Zilla Beast from the Clone Wars show, who's a giant armored lizard kind of thing. Spider Droid, fights on Geonosis, a very big droid. Kyrat Dragon, who is in Season 2, Episode 1 of The Mandalorian, a dragon. And the one clone trooper from the 2D animated show, which was my favorite one as a kid, and he was my favorite clone as a kid. So he's coming on the team for oral purposes.
All right, great. What was your team name again?
The Beefy Boys.
Beefy Boys. All right. Phil.
Boys.
Phil, what's your team? Summarize up.
We got the Outriders featuring Dash Rendar from Shadows of the Empire, Kal Katarn from Dark Forces. We got Yin Yum, our favorite co-pilot from Return of the Jedi, and we got HK-47. Wow, I'm doing bad at names right now. We got Dexter Jester, and we got Roger. So that sums up the team.
Awesome. All right, thank you. And how about you, Bryce?
All right, we got this is Team Jawa Juiced. This is pretty much the ragtags, the B team of the galaxy. We have Dr. Afra, we have Ben Quadraneros, Jedi Master Coleman Trebor, Max Rebo, Bo Sheck, and Shmi the Droid, and they're taking some public transit. Which now that I'm seeing my lineup, I'm kind of worried the Beefy Boys will just destroy everything, and there'll be nothing left. So I'm kind of hoping maybe the public transport just, as always, just probably shows up late, and then maybe they just go home and hang out together and just maybe they form a band with Max Rebo.
All right, yep, Blake.
We have the Alderaan Outcasts with our pilot Harrison Dula, our mastermind and Jedi Mara Jade. We have Tech, our tech expert, K2SO.
Your tech expert?
That's right, our tech expert. K2SO, our camouflage droid. Sabine Wren, our demolition expert.
5. 6. Mara Jade, Sabine Wren, Hera, Tech, and K2SO.
Yeah, you had a fifth one somewhere.
Who am I missing? Because I wrote Tech on my sheet twice.
I've counted it like 6 times. I'm like, how do I keep missing?
He somehow subverted all our expectations, pulled this off with only 5 people.
How is your team supposed to function if they've already left someone behind?
The team leader's obviously deficient. If they already have 5 people, new team.
Guys, there's less loot to split,
That's true. I didn't even need a 6th.
Okay, we'll come back for his final.
We'll come back if you can find it. My team was the Knight Brothers, Knight spelt with an N-I-T-E, and Brothers spelt with a Z on the end. And we got the Sith Infiltrator.
Capital X, little x.
That changes things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, heck yeah. They're going punk. We got the Sith Infiltrator as their primary ship. We got Jango Fett, Darth Plagueis, Proxy, Boss, Maz Kanata, and Shara Bay.
Should I pick a 6th? Because I can't find.
Yeah, do you have one in mind?
Let's go with Cassian Andor.
Okay, Andor. All right.
All right, this definitely went a different way than I was expecting. I purposely left some stuff open for chaos, and my players definitely brought chaos, if I'm being honest. I'm going to say Beefy Boys are probably going to be the winners just because there's nobody else is going to survive their just drop-in onslaught. It's like watching the orcs drop in their buildings from space in Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
Just annihilate everything. It doesn't matter.
Amazing.
I'm going to say one thing is that I don't think this team works at all unless the rules are that, hey, you don't have to worry about allegiances and everyone wants to do this mission.
And also, you have to extract anything.
Yeah, and the goal's not just to touch inside and just say, I win for being here.
So if we do this again, I will definitely be stricting the rules a little bit. But so Josh, I was thinking people could vote on the YouTube video and possibly email.
Yeah, you can send your votes into our email, swescapepodcast@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on the YouTube version of the podcast, just as well as the Spotify version. And I think those are the three best places to do it.
Oh, and if you want to give us a 5-star review anywhere with your vote, that is more than welcome.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Is there a raffle?
No, there is not a raffle.
Oh, wow.
So, a meat raffle.
Whoever gets a single vote wins.
Say a big thank you to Darian, our host of the show tonight.
Thanks, Darian.
Yeah, thank you so much for running the game.
Darian himself.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure to run this bit of chaos, and I hope you all enjoyed it.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you to our players tonight, our guests, Ben, Ellen, and Phil. Thank you guys.
Problem.
No problem. I actually just emailed you with the vote for us to win, so we're in the lead, by the way.
Awesome. And thank you to our lovely co-hosts, Blake and Bryce, as always.
Yeah, no worries. It's a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will look forward to the comments in the description. Well, the comments from all of you guys.
Comment.
What is this?
This is my team.
Oh, your team. Yeah. Oh, you got.
Oh, let's hear it.
Darian's got a team too. All right, let's hear it real quick.
Just for fun, I decided to make my own team, and only one person got taken off the list. That was Sabine Wren. So my Force user is Savage Press. I got Wrecker, IG-88, because he has 11 different bodies. Echo is my mastermind, because he can get into computers and see what's going on more than tech. Pong Krell, and I wrote Wrecker on here twice. So, yeah.
2 Wreckers.
I've got 2 tech, so it makes sense.
All right, I will definitely put all the teams in the description below, and everyone can see the character names and the team names, and so maybe if you can come up. What's your team? What's your team name?
Oh, it's the Wrecking Crew, and I forgot my ship is Vader's Fist. It's a self-piloting ship that the what's that Hawk ship that the Rebellion makes?
Oh, yeah,
Starhawk. Yeah,
Starhawk.
Starhawk was based off of Vader's Fist. So
okay,
it's
sweet.
Pretty expanded universe.
Amazing. All right. Let's see how well that does in the comments. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think people should be able to vote for me.
No, they should. They should. Someone's got to take down the beefy boys.
That's right. That's right.
Bit of a celebratory episode, being our 400th. So we always look forward to seeing all the comments and all the 5 stars, and just how much everyone loves listening to the show. Because this is an unmonetized podcast. We just do this because we love Star Wars a little bit, and we always look forward to seeing how many of you out there love us and love the Skate Pod, and also love Star Wars. So definitely leave a comment, leave the 5 stars. That always helps us out a lot, and share this show with a friend. So thank you all again, and we'll close it out here. All right, and one last mention to the legendary Drew Struzan. He will be very much missed in the Star Wars circles. His legendary work will carry on for many years as being a memorable part of this time period of these iconic Hollywood classics that came to the screen and set the bar for some of the most memorable stories that people have ever seen in Hollywood. And between all 6 George Lucas movies, the original Indiana Jones, and even The Force Awakens. I mean, that's just to kick things off. Drew has also done an astronomical amount of Star Wars novel covers. So if you have ever read a Star Wars book, there is a pretty good chance that if the characters look lifelike, it was probably Drew. You can always look up his name, see his works of art. It's amazing. And thank you all for tuning in. 400 episodes so far. Big thank you to our audience, of course. That is always important to us. So, we look forward to doing many more Star Wars Escape Pod episodes, many more Cantina banters, so on and so forth. And we will see you in the next one.